Okay, today's video is about ranking. I know we talked about this before, and I've made a video, I think, of it before, but something that's just been pondering on me over and over and over and over again about this thing, and trying to find a way to make this easier for everyone and to make it work for build times and such. So here we go. I'll try to get this in the 15-minute time frame that my recorder allows me. Okay. What you see here, what I found, and talking and linked with Painter, and then another individual that I talked to on forums a lot, is this. Just like I've stated before, you know, build it, and then bring it out and rank it. Here's the thing. To go into it a little more, the big thing about what you want to do with your build is this, to make it easier on you, is make it auto. Give it to a point to be able to auto, and use the lowest tech possible. The reason why I say use the lowest tech possible is you gain more rank, and the max you can get on a 51 is 50 veteran experience points. So use the lowest tech. So that means the cutlass. Cutlass are the best way to be able to auto. I went back, reviewed some old videos back in the day, well before all this stuff came out, how people are autoing back in the day. The key is this: when you go to build your hulls and everything, you want to try to keep this somewhere between 950 to 1,000. You don't have to be this high. That way you don't have to have it. You don't necessarily have to have this many if you don't need to. But the key is this, and I'm going to show you why. Look at an old fleet of Seawolves, what you used to use, 970. So, and then just to give you an example of an old video, it used 4 Assault Cs in the video on your HHHs. And it had a damage of 700, something there with that. So if you get it to where like your old Seawolf's 960, around 1,000, you should be able to auto these things, no big deal. The only thing you need to add on it for it is this: get the cuts, your SPF 3, and your laser 3 for accuracy, and then you need 2 Hellbees on each of it. Now, this does not work to auto with just 1 ship. Doesn't work to auto with just 2 ships. Okay, minimum you would need is at least 4 in there. Now, what I'm getting at is this, guys. Okay, the ultimate goal on this is, let's say I'm gonna use mine for an example. Uh, I need a Greta to go with my NCs, so I could build a Greta, say 2 Kodiaks and 2 Mastodons. Utilize the same concept that I'm doing here. I can roughly have the fleet out. Let's say I'm going to change that for a second. And, I could change, just making some small changes just to kind of get where I need it to be. Say right there, within 8 days I can have this out. So somewhere in that ballpark, 7. Depending on the hull, depending on how many of these you need, you can look at your time could be different by using maybe just 4 cut 3s versus all the cut 2s and some cut 1s. So anyway, so I can mix this thing. So let's say, like I said, I need my Greta, two Kodiaks, 2 Mastodons. Get those 5 ships out. You're looking somewhere around 30 days or so you can, for some individuals, they coin the whole damn thing. 30 days, you're talking, it might be $100. It doesn't, I mean, not all, some people that coin it, that might be a thing. And then you get this thing out and you start ranking it. You could do like I do a lot of times where, you know, $10 a week, $20 a week, maybe just to speed it up some so you can knock it down, a few days. So within, basically what I'm getting at is in 1 month, this whole entire five ships is coming out. If it's 4 ships, or whatever, um, doing 3, you're probably gonna take some damage. So the goal is 4 minimum. 5 is the best. So you wanna look at for the future. So, like I said, so for me, the Greta, I'm just using an example, Greta, 2 Kodiaks, 2 Mastones. I do those, 30 days, within 30 days, they're out the door. Now I spend the next month or so getting them ranked up. It's a pain in the butt. We all know it. But then you still have to worry about when you finally get it ranked up, then you have to worry about getting them refitted. It doesn't save you any time for when you're actually physically going to be able to use these. The time is still there. What it does though is the only thing that I've come up with is that I can spend a month doing this, and then while I'm ranking it, then I can work on some refits, or I can spend another month building another set of something for the future. Get some blank holes out there. Um, maybe the Avengers, some Berserkers, something of that nature. Spend 1 month doing it, or spend 2 months getting 2 fleets out, and then while I'm ranking those, then I could start working on some refits, and then getting them those refits taken care of. So it's still going to be a vicious cycle. The reason why, for me, I'm leaning really strongly towards this idea uh, is twofold. One, I looked up a Kodiak Mastodon build or a Berserker, something, that nature for future. And I mean, you're still looking anywhere from 75 to 105 days for the build. It's a long time. But if I've already got the hull out and I've already got the hull ranked up, now then you look at, okay, if say four in a fleet, 6 days, 7 hours, that's 20 something of those days done. So now I'm my refit is going to take a month, a little over a month, so a month and 2 days. So I could do at that point, I could still do the same thing that I do, $10, $20, and maybe I get it down to 30 days. Or in between that time, say it's 1 month, 2 months, 3 month time frame, and get it done, then you look at your time frame, what you think the refit's going to be. Plus, it gives you the chance to, as new stuff comes out, redesign that build and keep it going, so you don't have multiple refits. That's another thing. But if it takes me 3 months to get it ranked up and I'm ready to refit it with everything else that's going on, let's just say I can't save, put $5 here, $5 there, into my little kitty, and then when that kitty's, when that ready, maybe might, take that kitty and, put it towards this build, and boom, it comes out, it's refitted, I coin the refit, and it's fully ranked and it's ready to be used, and hopefully it's not going to need another refit for a while. So I hope you guys are understanding what I'm getting at. Is it's still a balancing of what you should do, what needs to get done, and how to get it accomplished. What I'm getting at, my most important thing I'm getting at, is that it's to get the ship ranked. That's the most important thing nowadays. Getting it ranked up and getting it, as close to legendary as possible, uh, to be able to uh, be viable as soon as the refit is done. So it's still kind of a pain in the butt, but hopefully this might help. I know that for me, I'm going to be trying this out and seeing how it works out here pretty soon once I do finish my NCs. Okay, real quick before I close this one out, I do want to let you know something. When I got off work last night, I found this Reddit, and Blake posted it this morning. This is unofficial word, but whoever this guy is, he's been pretty accurate. I know I posted stuff for you guys before to read and so forth, but look, another sub's coming out in the next raid. So it's either going to be in the raid or it may be something to show that we're going to be fighting against, and it's going to be in the December raid. But just to kind of go over what it says, the cryo launcher is going to be out. That's the technology that's going to be coming out in this raid. Don't know the specs of it. Don't have any words of it yet. So is it going to be a huge difference than what you already have with launchers? I don't know. Honestly, I don't see why it should. I think it should have the exact same, and then you just get to choose which way you're going to have. The only thing you don't have right now, other than evade, is a countermeasure for it, for damage-wise. I think it still gives you, I don't know if it gives you radioactive damage or it gives you cryo damage, and we just don't have the technology to fight it, to combat the damage. Anyway, in the second one here, it talks about a secret Draken monster sub. It says it surfaces in random locations around the map, never staying long enough to be targeted. Only the bravest captain should hunt this elusive ship and capture its rewards. Okay, so there's something's going to be something a little different about this raid, so just you guys need to keep an eye out. The last thing here, obviously, it says, lay siege to the Drakens to earn points for the cryo launcher and for the Frostburn Interceptor. So there's another Interceptor coming out, and it's a flagship only. So and then for special missions, search the waters to try to take down the elusive Kraken submarine for special rewards. So again, don't have all the details. This is unofficial word, but those are so the cryo launcher and the new interceptor is going to be the top. I would have to say that the interceptor is probably going to be a must-have. I don't know yet. It's more fleet to fleet thing. We all know that. So anyway, hopefully this helps out. If you got any questions, you know to ask. But again, just talking about ranking. All right, guys. Later.